Hello my fellow nursing students, or I'm assuming those of you who are thinking about joining nursing school if you clicked on this video. Today I'm going to be talking with you about motivation and how the lack of it can really affect how you're feeling in nursing school especially. My name is Jennifer, by the way. I am currently a 5th quarter nursing student. I'm halfway through my program, which is really crazy. It went really fast. Hello, it is Jennifer from the future. I'm editing this video currently. I just wanted to say I am already graduated. If you see my more recent videos, I already passed my NCLEX. I'm looking for jobs currently, but I came back to this old gem and the thoughts I was saying. I had a lot of great thoughts, and I think good things or ideas to think about if you are really unmotivated in nursing school, which is pretty common, and your feelings are very much valid. And so I thought I'd upload this video despite it being so old, as this was almost 2 years ago, but I think this may resonate with someone. And just look at it like a podcast. You can just play it and just listen to the words I'm saying and either relate to some things, learn things about me, or just find it a little bit useful if you're going through thoughts of unmotivation in nursing school, or are questioning whether or not nursing is for you. So hope you guys enjoy. So I just completed a full year and a quarter. I guess I'm slightly experienced in this nursing school type of game. My last one, my 4th quarter, has been the most unmotivating one, and this is the first time that I myself really felt like I was at risk of getting depression. Let's make that into a nursing diagnosis, guys. Risk for depression related to lack of therapeutic techniques or lack of knowledge of therapeutic coping skills. I just diagnosed myself and what I kind of had gone through. I'm just gonna talk about why I think I was unmotivated this quarter. We're just gonna go with it. We're just gonna go from there. Okay. So I divided this video into SBAR format, so situation, background, assessment, and recommendation. So everything that I'm saying that's relevant to that subject is where it's divided. So we have 3 classes in my program for med-surg. So I was in the second one. I was also an OBGYN. If you don't know, it's like the mother and baby unit of the hospital. Those were the 2 classes I was taking. Thinking about the schedule, it really wasn't that intensive. All our classes in class, like lectures, were on Mondays from 8 a.m. all the way to 4 to 5 p.m. depending on what day it was. Sometimes we had longer lectures because we had holidays this last quarter. We had clinicals 2 days in that week. It was actually every other week for our OBGYN clinicals. They used to be every single week for that. However, students were saying that it was a heavy load to having 2 clinicals in a week, I guess, of 12 hours. So they moved it for every other week. We got to choose what days we wanted our clinicals, at least we got to request. And I luckily got the days that I wanted. So I had adult health clinicals on Tuesdays and then OBGYN clinicals on Wednesdays. So I had 3 full days of class and clinicals. I didn't exactly have a long weekend because on Fridays I opted to continue volunteering at my school as one of a student group leader for just like an open lab. And so I had to go back to school every Friday from noon to 2 p.m. I also am working. I started my new job this quarter. I have to put in at least 6 hours every 2 weeks. So I like to do 12-hour shifts during the time where I don't have the OB clinical, so it kind of just balances like that. And so that was my whole schedule. Yeah, the classes themselves, personally, I don't think they were difficult. The second series of the med-surg kind of just built on the first. We did have different teachers, different styles. However, the information itself, just how to study for them, was the same thing. So it wasn't like too intensive or crazy. OBGYN, it was a whole new realm, I guess, of learning about the baby and moms and all those issues that go with pregnancy. A little bit more interesting to study because it was all new information to me personally. So that kind of made it a little easier to pay attention in class, I guess. I ended both classes with really decent grades. I honestly was not expecting to because I really was going through a rough couple of weeks of just not being motivated or anything at all to really study and do well. How I first realized I was getting into this realm of, I don't want to say depression because I definitely was not clinically diagnosed. However, my mood was definitely down, and I noticed personally that I was not as positive. I'm usually a positive person, and I felt a lot of feelings of sadness, a lot of feelings of not feeling adequate, just not feeling like my own positive, normally motivated self. The first week was just like normal, welcome back, see classmates, whatever. I had actually gone to Coachella. I think it was one of the first 2 weekends, and so that was a really fun time. Coming back from it was a really big drop. I mean, that wasn't the start of my depression, like, oh, from Coachella back to the real world, how sad. Like, no, it was a privilege to even go to school and to go to Coachella, but it just, from those points, I was able to see the feelings of like really having fun and enjoying things to being in a stressful environment, if that makes sense. It kind of made my mood a little ugh. From that point, I kind of was like, this sucks. I'm in school. I'm stressed. I don't really enjoy what I'm doing. I have to do this because I already invested money into school and classes and everything. So that's kind of the realization. I mean, I already know this, but it was kind of another reminder of like, damn, you gotta do this, okay? Clinicals, I like my group. Everyone there is cool. I just personally, my clinicals so far, at least for med-surg, I just don't see myself doing that work as a nurse. We need med-surg nurses, obviously. I just personally do not see myself doing that for the rest of my life, and that's one of the most common jobs that new grad nurses get, because med-surg is a great entry-level job for nurses to get your skills in and everything. Did not really see myself doing that, so that kind of sucked, just going to clinicals and having to do something that you just don't enjoy. The clinicals weren't fun. I mean, it was cool to learn things, but as you can see, that's another hit in how my mood was kind of like for OB clinicals, this is the first time I kind of actually enjoyed what a nurse did, at least for the nursing nurses, at least from what I thought. It was really interesting just to see the babies. They were so cute, and just seeing what a nursing nurse does, so I was very intrigued with that. So that was like the first hint of hope, like, oh, this is maybe something I could potentially see myself doing. GYN clinicals for us were cut short, so I only had one day with a nursing nurse, so it was kind of like a sign of like, oh, potentially this is what I want to do, and then back to, okay, I don't see myself doing this. I mean, I sound like a typical nursing student. You're not gonna love all the clinicals you go to, obviously. That's why you're going through the whole nursing program, so you can find something that really stands out to you. And I guess it kind of just worries me that I'm already halfway through my program. I still don't know what exactly I want to do as a nurse. It kind of just got me second guessing. I don't really like science. Honestly, should have been a hint to myself that maybe a nursing isn't something I should have gone into, because obviously it's a profession focused on sciences, health sciences and everything. Update, I just want to say, I think I have found a little bit of a passion within nursing itself. It's something that really grew to me, and just the specialties within nursing I think are really cool, and that's what I'm excited about. So I've definitely found my joy in nursing, because throughout this video it doesn't sound like I like it at all, but don't worry guys, I found what I want to do within nursing itself, so I'm excited for the future. I was very much influenced by my family as well as my church, just because, like, you know, healing ministry of God, help others. And obviously a great way to help others is through their health, because health is important for living, and you are helping other people with a healthcare profession, so that's kind of what pushed me to go into nursing, as well as nursing is a great job. In demand, you have decent hours, decent pay. I think it's a balance of like having a life outside of nursing and also being able to work as a nurse, at least from what people say. But anyways, all the science classes you have to go through, I was definitely not enjoying it. It wasn't fun anymore. I mean, it never really was for me, because science is just not my thing. I thought that science relating to the health and actual people would be more interesting to me, but I just don't have the passion for it, basically. That's what I'm saying. So these realizations of like really not knowing what I want to work as a nurse, knowing that I don't enjoy sciences, knowing that I just don't enjoy clinicals, I guess, it just kind of put me in a mood and made me start thinking like, why am I in nursing school? Why am I putting myself through this unenjoyable time? It really got me sad, okay? And also another thing, my school is small, and so I don't get a lot of opportunities that public schools offer, bigger public schools in which there's a lot of extracurriculars, a lot of clubs and groups you can join for your own separate hobbies and passions and whatever you know, enjoy. And unfortunately, the school I go to, the social life is really very slim. The chances of me meeting new people are very slim, because there's already a small population of people in this school, so it's gonna be hard for me to find people I really connect with, and then not having those opportunities of connecting with people with shared interests, like in hobbies and clubs and all that. It hinders a lot of things. I feel like that was definitely an outlet that would have helped me get out of these feelings and helped me not feel so sad, is having those sources of stress relief and just enjoyment, you know? That was, I think, another factor in why I felt really unmotivated and just not wanting to be where I'm at currently. And I hope this doesn't sound ungrateful, because I'm grateful to have this opportunity to be able to go to a private school as well as to study nursing and to be able to touch people's lives in a sense. And so because I do have this opportunity, it's kind of sucks that I did have the option to do something else and to find something else that I do enjoy, and I feel like it's very unfortunate that I push myself into a path that I may not be right for me. I mean, that's something I pray about every day. I mean, I keep praying that, like, you know, hopefully this all works itself out and that I'll figure out something that I do want to do in nursing. I'm sure a lot of people have doubts in whatever field or study they're going into, and not everyone's gonna enjoy the job they have. So as I've heard, there's only very few people that really do enjoy their job. However, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't try to pursue that. For me, I'm hopefully will be able to pursue it after I'm finished getting this bachelor's degree, because like I said way earlier, I already invested a bunch of loans into this schooling, so I'm not the type of person to just cut it short. So I'm just gonna finish and end strong, hopefully. Yeah, so this whole quarter I've just really been feeling unmotivated, basically. That was a really long story, but every day I would go home, I would just not be in the mood to hang out with anyone. I would not be in the mood to even get my work done. Or sometimes it would be just because, you know, I had to. It wasn't fun, and I just was like, wow, I'm really not having a good time. I'm really sad. It's hard to explain because now I'm kind of not in that mindset anymore. Thankfully, I'm a little bit better now. What I could say for those of you who are looking into a certain field of study that you want to do, I guess this is some of the realizations I had that I wish I would have thought about before entering the schools I had gone to right after high school. You don't need to go to college right away. Actually, no, during high school you should volunteer a lot and go out and explore different jobs and things, just experience things to help you be exposed to different places of work and stuff, so that hopefully you yourself can realize something that you really do enjoy and something you can work towards, and that way that'll kind of guide you where you want to study for college and stuff. And then don't feel pressured to go to college right after high school. College is very important. Obviously it's not for everyone, but it is a great way to learn, get an education, really learn and study something that you truly do enjoy and are passionate about, and also get a degree to be able to work the job that you want. But yeah, having those experiences from volunteering could help guide you in the right direction. That way you can kind of decide what college you want to go to, and hopefully that'll push you in the right path of where you're passionate at and guide you into the right profession. For me, I never really thought about what I wanted to do in high school until it was like junior year and I had to apply everywhere and had to think like, what do I want to major in? Most of my friends were in the science field, so I was already influenced by like, oh, be a doctor, as well as my family and church, and you know, emphasizing healthcare professions because they're always in demand. I was only in that realm. I never thought about anything outside of that realm. I was very into music and I did want to major in a bachelor's in music focused on clarinet studies and soloing. However, of course, with the Asian background, my dad especially did not support that. My mom said she'll support, but she wasn't very strong. I know she'll support, but she's not like strong and like standing down at my dad and telling me like, no, go with what you want to do. She's kind of just like, you know, figure it out, but I'll be here there with you. As my dad, who was like, no, that's not the way to go. So that's kind of pushed me to try to double major in a science and do music, and that way I could kind of get the best of both worlds. Anyways, that's another long story that I don't need to talk about. If you want to learn about it, comment down below. I can do a story time of that. So I just ended up with nursing because I didn't want to study for too long. That's the only thing I do know. So I kind of do wish I was more exposed to different fields in high school and just volunteering and being more involved in clubs outside of what I already knew personally. I kind of wish I went to community college instead of private schools because, you know, it's a lot of money. College is not free. Unfortunately, I feel like it should be. Since I wasn't very sure in what I wanted to major in, it makes sense to go to community college first and just get my prereqs done, general studies, not pay big bucks when you're confused and might change your major and end up paying even more for those classes. Keep in mind the schools you go to and what they offer. I think bigger public schools are great because you get to meet so many different people and there's gonna be so many clubs and things you can be involved with. I don't know where this talk is going to, but I just want to say let's just end this with, okay, check out your school and see. I'm sure they always have free mental health services, like talking with a therapist or even a chaplain. I was really looking into talking to a therapist during my quarter. I didn't end up doing it. However, it's definitely something I do want to get back into, especially when I'm feeling a lot low and stuff. But even if you're not feeling low, like, go see a therapist. It's for mental health. Mental health is very important. So even if you think you're okay, I'm not saying you're gonna go there and they're gonna tell you, oh, something's wrong with you, but no, it's like, it's always good to just review your mental health and your status and see what therapist can help you. Definitely have your support systems close if you can. I luckily have a family with me. I'm not like living alone. I think that would have definitely promoted my sadness even more. Have your connections close with you, in hand's reach, someone you could trust and confide to when you're feeling sad. I do have some close friends, however, I'm the type to not like to share when I'm feeling sad and stuff. I'm sure that's something I need to learn to do. I'm like not much of a sharing my feelings. I like to listen to other people and help them out, but I don't like to pour my issues on others most of the time. That's what friends are for and family for. If they're your real friends, they should be open to helping you out and whatever you need. So definitely lean on them and always do something that you're passionate, or have a hobby or something you could do on downtime, something that you enjoy, because I think this past quarter I just stopped doing things that I enjoyed. I wasn't motivated to do them either. I think that was another issue that kept my mood low. I know the 2 quarters before that I was very busy with my job and multiple classes. I think I was taking 4 classes at that time. However, I still made time to do what I like to do, which is thrifting and reselling and just updating my business in between all of that. And I think that really balanced everything out. And I also had time to hit the gym. Now I'm looking back, I was highly motivated and I need to get back to that. But even though it sounds busy, I was able to balance my mental health by doing things that I really do enjoy and balancing my health as well, which can also influence how you're feeling. as well as doing decently in school at least. Do something that you enjoy, and just know that if you feel unmotivated and you feel like you're asking yourself like, why am I doing this? Why am I in this profession or this study I'm doing? Just know that it's normal. People do have their doubts, and it's okay to feel like you don't belong. It's always valid. I just hope that it'll work out. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to help you guys, but ask yourself the reason why you got into what you're doing. Things may change. You may not even want to do this major anymore. And if you can switch out, you have the financial services for that, you have the support to do that, and you really feel like you need to get out of what you're studying, then do it for your own sake. Don't make yourself suffer through things. Also, try not to give up right away. Try to see your options, see what else could be causing you to feel this way. Maybe it's just the specific classes right now that you really hate. Maybe it's just the fact that you haven't been able to spend more time for yourself, and so you're just feeling like the school is taken away from your time. Just try to see what could be causing you to feel that you're unmotivated and are hating what you're doing right now, and try to address those first before calling quits. Yeah, this is a really long video. I don't know how helpful it is at all, but I'm just gonna end it here. I hope this video was at least helpful for just a tiny bit of you guys. Nursing school is hard. It's very stressful. I had my very first actual anxiety attack. It was because of my first day of work. That could be another story time, but I just didn't realize how stressed I was because it just kind of piled on top of each other, and I was feeling anxious all the time and just not doing well. I was very stressed, and I got sick from it too. It's like, it's all bad. You're going to be stressed, so take time for yourself. Just remember that. And if you want to talk about anything, comment down below. I mean, I have like 5 subscribers, so I can easily reply to you. We'll keep you guys updated on how the upcoming quarters go. Hopefully it won't be as bad as it was for me in future ones. Just take it one step at a time. Alright.